So it's Thursday morning and the teachers are coming back to school today to start getting ready for your visit back to school on Monday. We are so excited to see you all back at school, and as you can see, and I'm going to show you a quick tour of the school, you can see our school is looking awesome and it just needs some children back at school. So we are so excited to have you back on Monday. So our school is looking so clean and tidy. Look how awesome it looks. I bet you've all been missing coming around the playgrounds and being around your classroom. So you can see Mr. Appleton has been so busy. He's been in all the way through level 3, and along with Mr. Kelsey, they've been making sure that our school is looking great. So the school playgrounds have been closed all the way through level 4 and level 3, and because nobody's been at school and nobody's been playing on it, look at all of the pine needles that have ended up on the playground. But don't worry, Mr. Appleton and Mr. Kelsey are busy cleaning the playgrounds, so when you come in on Monday they'll be shiny, ready for you to start using, because we're definitely allowed to be on playgrounds in level 2. So when you're back at school, you can definitely come on any of the playgrounds at school. So here I am on Compton Street, and so we can come into school using these two exits and entrances. So you can come to school as normal. If this is your normal way that you come into school, you can definitely use these entrances and exits. If you're a child walking to school or cycling to school, the crossing is going to be ongoing. The road patrols will be out there in the morning, and you can walk your bikes across safely and you can come in this way. If you're coming in with your parent and your mum or your dad need to help you to get into school and drop you off, then this is the entrance they can use with you. Have to be on Compton Street. Eban Avenue, the other entrance at the bottom of the field, is just for students only. So one of the important things we have to do to make sure that we are following good hygiene practices, keeping ourselves clean and healthy, is to make sure that we wash our hands with soap and water. As well as having the soap and water in all the bathrooms, we've also in every classroom got hand sanitizer, so we can now do some hand sanitizer on our hands. So we have a little squirt and we can rub our hands together, and that's another way that we can make sure that we're keeping our hands clean all the time. So it's really important to make sure that we wash our hands really carefully when we're back at school. So in every bathroom there'll be soap dispenser and there'll be paper towels, and it's really important that you wash your hands really carefully for 20 seconds or more. Make sure you use soap and make sure that you dry your hands afterwards. Every classroom is going to have a poster in their room to remind you, but that's something that you can be really responsible for, making sure that you wash your hands really carefully and dry them afterwards. So here I am by the school office, and it'll be open all day, and so we can have visitors and children who come to the office. So if you're a child that's coming to the office with a message from class, or you're not feeling very well, then you can definitely come up to the office. And you can see just behind me there's a little yellow and black marker which you can go into the office that way. Come into the office, so I might have a message for Mrs. Bauman, or I need to get a late pass, then I can come in through this door, and this door is only going to be used by children, and you'll be able to come into the office and you can see that this side is going to be for students, and where these big boxes are, this is where Mrs. Adams is going to be sat, and she's going to be giving you a late pass, or if you want to drop a message off, and Mrs. Bauman will be there. And you can see over, there's a big chain in the middle, and on the other side, that's for any visitors or parents that come in, and they'll be waiting behind those yellow lines. So this side is for children, and you'll be able to see everybody in the office like you normally would. How awesome is this? Look what's happening on our school field. You can see we've got a bike track appearing. Yesterday, the diggers came in and they've started to make our bike track that's going to go around the whole field. It's going to have a big track. You can see the track is already here. And then over to the side, there's going to be some skills areas, and there's going to be a slalom course down the side and little bridges. It's going to be really exciting to have. And the people who are building it I spoke to them yesterday and they've said 2 weeks and it'll be all finished. So unfortunately, that means that we won't be able to use the field for 2 weeks. You can see there's all this caution tape around. So we have to stay off the field for 2 weeks. But by the end of that 2 weeks, we're going to have an awesome bike track. So hopefully that gives you some idea of what our school looks like, and you can see it hasn't changed very much. So looking forward to seeing you all on Monday, and we want as many children as possible to be walking to school or to riding their bikes or riding their scooters. We're going to be using our TravelWise cards that you might have seen in the past to try and encourage people to, even if you live a little bit further away from school, if your parents can drop you off just down the road and you can either walk in or you can scooter into school, it'll be brilliant to see that on Monday morning. We want as many people as possible walking into school, and we're so excited to see you. All the teachers are back, raring to go, and it will be so much better when we have students back on Monday. So look after yourselves over the weekend, enjoy your last bit of time at home before coming back to school. Don't forget all of those things I've talked about. Make sure that you bring your drink bottle with your name on to school. Really important that you have your drink bottle. And it's going to be great to see each other. We've had teachers seeing each other for the first time in 6 weeks. But remember, unfortunately, there's no hugging and no shaking of hands or no ways of greeting each other in that way. It's just you got to give each other a wave or a thumbs up, and we'll save the high fives to another time when we're able to do that. So looking forward to seeing you all on Monday. Take care and see you soon.